Hello, everyone. This is Felicia Brown with One Concept Radio. Welcome to our special webinar series featuring previews from featured speakers who will be at the One Concept Health Professional Conference and Wellness Expo in San Diego, California in September. Today, I'm here with Stephanie Beck.
Hi, Felicia. How are you doing?
Hi, Stephanie. It's great to have you here. And before we get started, I want to just take a moment and tell everyone a little bit about you so they can understand what makes you an awesome expert to have at this year's conference.
Perfect. Thanks.
Sure. For those of you listening in, Stephanie Beck is the owner of SRB Solutions and is an educator and advocate for the online marketing success of chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, and spa owners. She is a 2-time Amazon best-selling author of Social Trigger Points and Small Business Trendsetters. She is a contributing author on The Ethics of Touch, 2nd edition, and has released her new social media guide for chiropractors, Social Misalignments, the Chiropractor's Guide to Online Marketing. At this year's conference and today, Stephanie will be talking about Social Trigger Points Intensive, how to set up 2 social media campaigns for your practice. Welcome, Stephanie. I'm so glad to have you here today.
Thanks. It's so good to be here. It's so great to be a part of the One Concept, too, as far as offering the classes and workshops. So really excited about this year.
Well, I know you are one of the lucky people that lives in San Diego, California. So I know you have some special insights as to what makes this conference so special. Can you just share with me what you think is the number one reason people should join us for the conference this September in San Diego?
Well, I'm biased, like you mentioned, because I feel like we live in paradise. San Diego stays pretty much 70 degrees year-round. So when everyone else is melting from the heat or freezing their tucuses off, yeah, that's a technical term, I think, tucus, but the San Diego stays beautiful, I think, all year round, and we have so many attractions here. And the other part I like about it that we don't have about LA is we still have, for the most part, people who live here have a small town mentality. So very friendly. You know, the traffic isn't the rat race necessarily that you get in LA. So, and there's so much to do. You know, so many. You know, we've got one of the nicest zoos in the world, I believe, and you know, we've got the SeaWorld and all kinds of attractions. So it's a family type of event that they can come to and bring the family and enjoy, and also get some education and find out more about, you know, look at all the products in the trade show. All in all, I think it's just a wonderful experience that they can share with the family.
Without a doubt. And yeah, that sunny San Diego weather, I can't wait to be out there and be a part of it yet again.
Yeah.
So I know that your class in San Diego is going to be pretty in-depth, and I'd love to just find out a little bit about what you're going to cover in that longer class.
Oh, perfect. I think this class is going to be really unique in the sense that people, you know, social media classes in general, ones that I've taught on marketing strategy, you know, and you give them, and I know, Felicia, you have too, you know, you give them all this great information, and I know people have the best intentions of implementing it when they leave. But we know what that's like. When we get back to the office, there's the daily tasks, there's from the time being gone for the event, trying to catch up with all the emails and the patients calling and the clients booking, and that all the daily tasks that get in the way from them actually implementing the good things that they learn at the convention. So I came up with the idea that, hey, let's start with having them bring their laptops and let's optimize, let's really get the foundation set for them on their social media. So they can choose between a Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Pinterest. When they enter the workshop, there's going to be these different round tables with the little signs. I've got team members that are going to be there, going to be assisting, and we're going to walk them through step by step. So we want you to bring your laptop. We have internet access in the classroom, and right here is your opportunity to have the experts help you go through and optimize with the keywords, making sure that you have your mission statement, making sure that you have a clear, concise, consistent messaging with each of your, well, you can do 2. We've only got 3 hours. If we had a full day, we might be able to cover a little bit more, but you do have to pick 2 of them, and we're just going to go through step by step so that when you leave, you can be secure in the fact and have confidence that, hey, I set up these 2 social medias. Now I know what I need to do. You can go set up other ones if you want to, but I think my goal is that they have good confidence in social media, because I think a lot of times it's overwhelming for people. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. It does make sense, without a doubt, and I think doing it in that sort of laboratory kind of way where people can actually put it together is going to be great. I was just considering my own schedule for Sunday, thinking, can I come and be in it? But I think I'm teaching a class at the same time. So
I think you are.
I know.
I know.
For people listening, I know that we want to share some specific tips, which is kind of why we're doing this webinar format now. So why don't we just talk a little bit about some of those tips. I know social media is the topic, so why don't we start there? Okay.
So social media in general, I find that people either love it or they hate it, right? And they can be social fanatics like me. Sometimes you have those people who are the infrequent flyers. They use it occasionally to jump on when they have. But one thing's for sure is that we've all heard of social media. And sometimes it gets really confusing, and a lot of people ask, well, where should I start? What are the big ones? Which ones should I be concerned with? So the most common social media sites are Facebook, Google+, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Pinterest, because it's got over 1 billion users every single month. So for the most part, if there's an ideal client or patient that you're trying to reach, most of those demographics, most of those people are going to be on Facebook. Google+, of course, Google owns Google+, and Google being the largest search engine, Google+ really works well for search engine optimization. The other thing I found is that people, they want to know more, but say, yeah, I've been thinking about setting up a Twitter account, but I'm not sure. How do I use Twitter? What do I do with it? How do I know if I've done it correctly? And so that's why I think this class is so valuable, because if you've been thinking about setting up Twitter but you don't know where to start, this is where it's going to be. And even for those people who already have these accounts, if they've been wondering or they haven't been getting the results that they really wanted, now they're able to talk to the experts, and we can help you get them set up correctly. YouTube, of course, owned by Google, more SEO value, and you get that personal connection because people are making those. They get to see your face along with hearing the information that you're sharing. LinkedIn is more of a professional, obviously, social network. So if you're looking to make some corporate contracts, LinkedIn would be a good one to start. LinkedIn and Facebook are probably the most complicated to set up. LinkedIn's more like setting up your resume and adding that information in. So if you are going to pick 2 sites to do, don't try to pick Facebook and LinkedIn, because I think you're going to run out of time in the 3 hours. But you could certainly do Facebook and Twitter. You could do LinkedIn and Pinterest, but just don't try to pick both Facebook and LinkedIn. And then Pinterest, that has over 1 million place pens now. It's been deemed as the 3rd largest search engine because there's so many people using Pinterest to find out what it's all about. And when I spoke at the recent chiropractic show down in Florida, that was one of the hottest topics with Pinterest because so many people were wanting to know about it. They know that their patients were using Pinterest, but they didn't know how to set it up. They didn't know how it worked. They couldn't figure out what the strategy was around it. So that was a very popular class when I was down in Florida. And some of the specific things that you can do to help out are to use keywords and hashtags for ranking, because social media pages are ranking in some of the largest search engines like Google+ and Yahoo and Ask and Bing. So consumers, the other reason why social media is so important is that consumers are using social platforms as search engines to find information. And I've included some social proof just to kind of show you what happens when you have when you have optimized out the foundation of your social media, and then you're also using that in your updates. Like on this slide is for a client that we manage, and you can see that the website is listed first on when you go to the search engine and you pulled it up. But what is underneath is a posting from LinkedIn, a posting from Google+, a posting from Twitter, Google+, Twitter, a press release, and SlideShare. So where would be the competition in this listing on this page?
Right. That's pretty amazing.
Way below. Exactly. Now you can also rank, on the next slide I included with LinkedIn, I did this in 45 minutes, I kid you not. You can see that there's almost 50,000 people that are considered marketing educators on LinkedIn. And when I optimized out my personal profile on LinkedIn in my summary and in the profile, and we're going to show you all this in class, in 45 minutes, I was ranking number 1 within LinkedIn for people who were searching for marketing educators.
Wow.
That's the power that you have when the foundation is set up properly. So there's a lot of valuable information that I think people are missing or that they don't understand the opportunities. So like I said, even for those people who already have their social media set up, I guarantee you 90% of the time we find at least 6 different areas that haven't been set up properly. It's not that it's not working for them. It's just that they could get even better results if they were using the techniques that we're going to show you in class. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm thinking, how can I be in this class? And as a marketing coach, and I'm always trying to get more information. And what I personally found, I've taught social media over the years, and what I've found is that it changes so rapidly that it's hard if you're not an expert in it and it's not something you want to spend all your time on. It's really hard to keep up with the changes. And so, as far as utilizing this type of thing, I think it really makes a lot of sense to have a professional like you that you're working with, because it is overwhelming. And just to try and know the knowledge you need to set things up can be daunting, let alone setting it up properly. So I think it's great that you're providing tools and education in this class for people that do want to learn more and have someone looking over their shoulder to help them do it correctly.
Cool. And, the other side of it is we do have the last portion of the class where we share, and everyone who attends is going to get a copy of my social media agenda template. So that's to help you with the content, because now that you have something set up and you're already providing content, that's great, but we're going to give you some tips on how to organize that as well. So, but it's all foundational. So we're starting off with making sure, going back through and making sure that they have things set up right. We're going to also be talking about how the images at the top need to relate to your marketing message, and is that clear, and how we can better do that. Now, people, as far as preparing for the class, when you come, like I mentioned, bring your laptops and be ready to work. But on the other side is that the content-wise, I'm going to be asking you, what is your mission statement? What is your vision? What are some of your goals? What products do you want to feature? Because a lot of times people will leave those things blank because they just haven't thought them through, or they don't know, or they have good intentions of going back and fixing them, but then they never do. So the better prepared each attendee is, the better results they're going to get from the class, more benefits from the class. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense to me. And it sounds like maybe a good piece of advice then for people, because I know not everybody is going to be able to make it to the class, but a good piece of advice for people that are listening is to get clear on what you're trying to do with your social media. Get your mission statement and your goals and your message ironed out, and then make sure there's consistency with it in everything that you're doing.
Well, and I think another thing that people miss the boat on time and time again is the fact that, hold on, my my phone is, There we go. Okay, sorry. I think
okay.
most of the time people miss the boat on the fact of integrating their social media with the rest of their marketing. And instead they try to keep it separate. But there are so many ways that social media can help benefit what you're doing offline. So if you're doing postcard mailings, if you have a live event, if you are offering a workshop, if you are sending out your newsletter via email or direct mail, using that same content, that same information, and sharing that, it can actually help you build your mailing list and your email list where you can make that connection and really grow. It's like having a megaphone for your marketing campaigns. And I think a lot of people just think of it as, try to keep it as a separate animal, when instead it can be a very powerful launching pad for a lot of what you're doing.
Well, I know you're giving me tons of things to think about and to look at implementing into my own wellness center. So I'm so appreciative that you were able to make the time to share all this information. Stephanie, I know that some people, as I said, aren't going to be able to make it to the conference, or they just want to find out about what you do right now. Can you share your website and contact information with everyone?
Absolutely. Our website is SRB, so Stephanie Raybeck, solutions.net, and our toll-free number is 888-476-9773.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for making time to be here today. I really appreciate it, and look forward to getting some more snippets of information for you at the conference in San Diego.
Perfect. Sounds great. And they can always reach me on Twitter, Facebook, of course, being the social butterfly. I'm everywhere. Instagram, Tumblr, it doesn't matter, Pinterest. Yeah, I'm there. So they can always private message me, and I do check those and answer those back. So.
Fantastic. Well, I definitely encourage everybody listening to reach out to Stephanie and to come to the conference in San Diego in just a few weeks. If you would like to learn more from Stephanie Beck, please join us for the One Concept Health Professional Conference and Wellness Expo. Again, that's happening September 26th through 28th in beautiful, warm, sunny San Diego, California. You'll have the chance to learn from top educators in massage therapy, chiropractic, integrative healthcare, fitness, and spa, including Stephanie Beck and myself, and get over 40 hours of hands-on education. To take advantage of this amazing educational opportunity and to register, just go to oneconcept.com/Stephanie Beck for more information and to sign up. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We hope to see you there.